Ultraman, The Rise of Ultraman, issue number 3 from Marvel Comics. First off, can I say that that title is kind of redundant? Why do you need to have Ultraman twice in the same title? Just call it The Rise of Ultraman. Or maybe just call it Ultraman Rise. And I know Ultraman Rise seems kind of weird, but I mean, there's Ultra 7, Ultra Q. Ultra already has kind of like weird names for their series, anyways. But I don't know. Ultraman, The Rise of Ultraman just seems kind of weird. Anyways, this is issue number 3 out of 5. So this is a mini series, 5 issue mini series. So this is the halfway mark. It's good. I mean, we finally get some Ultraman action in this. Let's just, you know what? Let's just get right into it, and I can kind of talk a little bit more after. So we have Shin finally waking up after being fused with Ultraman, and he wakes up in the Ultra Science Patrol, like Japanese division, which I don't know. Is that supposed to be the science-based search party? Like, I have already kind of mentioned this in issue number 1, but there is no such thing as the United Science Patrol in the Ultraman series. I'm not sure if you hear the noise in the background. If you do, I'm sorry. It's my dog, and she's kind of sick. So there's really nothing I can do about her. But, yeah, as I was saying, like, there is no Science Patrol in any of the Ultraman series. There is the Science Special Search Party. So I don't know if that's what this is supposed to be. Anyways, this is like a made-up thing for the comic books. So Shin wakes up and we finally get Ide, who was one of my favorite characters in the original Ultraman. And in this, he's not really Ide anymore. I mean, Ide was always kind of like the comic relief of the group, and here he's just an ordinary scientist. So I was like, maybe we'll get more of him in like the next 2 issues, but like we don't really get much of him in here, and what little we get of him, it doesn't really remind me too much of Ide. But anyways, he wakes up and he's wondering like where Kiki is and stuff like that. And you know, they just basically tell him like, hey, like you're here in this United Science Patrol Japanese division. Something happened to you. We kind of want to know and run some tests on you and stuff like that. We want you to join our group. Everything seemed very suspicious, which has me thinking like, are they gonna subvert our expectations by making the good guys the bad guys? Because the science space search party in this TV series, like they're the good guys. They're the ones that go around and protect Earth and all that stuff. Is this gonna be like, well, what if they were really terrible, evil people? Like, this is just me speculating, but there's already a lot of uneasiness, and there's a lot of like hints that something's not right with this division. So then we cut to Shin. I'm just going to call him Hayata. Hayata is easier. So we cut to Hayata, and he talks to Muramatsu, who is in handcuffs because he kind of went against the United Science Patrol's like orders and stuff like that in the previous issues, which you guys can, you know, watch the review for that if you want more on that. And yeah, he's like in an interrogation room, and Hayata's kind of asking like, you know, what happened to Kiki, and Muramatsu just kind of apologizes for putting Hayata in this situation, and then kind of says like, you know, things are kind of weird, like come closer and I'll whisper something in your ear. And we don't really hear what he says, but again, we're planting more seeds that the United Science Patrol is actually more nefarious than, you know, than they're portrayed to be. Meanwhile, we cut to Kiki, and she is having a conversation with Dr. Yamamoto, who I believe is comic book created. I don't remember any Yamamoto in the original Ultraman, and I actually like searched up the Ultraman wikis, and I couldn't find anything on him. So I'm thinking this is just a comic book created character. But yeah, he's very like paranoid, and he's like, you know, like, why are you here? Who did you bring? Who followed you? What's going on? Yeah, like he's like, it feels like he's hiding something. And again, more seeds planted that the United Science Patrol is, again, more nefarious than they're portrayed to be. And then she's immediately attacked by a Naranga. I hope I pronounced that right. So yeah, so she's attacked by that. And then we cut back to Hayata. And Hayata basically makes a deal with Ide. Like, hey, like, I'll work with you. I'll join your guys' group, and you guys can ask me any questions you want. But first, you have to help me find and rescue Kiki, like wherever she's at. Like I want to make sure she's safe. So Ide takes him off in one of the ships, and they arrive to the location. And Ide is basically like, you know, we agreed that I won't bring anyone else here and stuff like that. But just, you know, here's a little transmitter like where you can communicate with me, like keep me up to date. And then once you save Kiki, then join our group and answer my questions. And we have Hayata. He enters the room, and then we see the Betel capsule and all that stuff, and he's talking with Ultraman, and Ultraman kind of tells them like there's a kaiju around here somewhere, and this is the very first time where Hayata and Ultraman merge, or like Hayata turns into Ultraman to fight the kaiju, and in this one he's human size, which was kind of weird because Ultraman is always gigantic. Anytime the main character turns into Ultraman, he is always like huge. Is basically giant battles because kaijus are supposed to be like really big, but the kaiju here is small, small enough to fit inside a house. And when Ultraman transforms, he transforms into human size. I know there have been human size Ultramans. Ultra 7 has human size Ultraman, I believe, as well as gigantic, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm not too familiar with Ultraman 7. I've basically watched Ultraman Towards the Future and the original Ultraman and a little bit of Ultra 7, but that's kind of it. But yeah, we also get a little bit of Ultraman Towards the Future in the sense that Ultraman talks to Hayata in his head, which doesn't ever really happen in any other Ultraman as far as I know. It's almost like if anyone's seen the movie Venom, it's kind of like that, where Ultraman communicates with Hayata like in his mind, and like he can, Hayata can like see like an apparition of Ultraman, but no one else can see Ultraman or hear Ultraman. And yeah, as far as I know that was in Ultraman Towards the Future, like they can communicate in their heads, but I don't recall that ever being anything else, like in any other Ultraman. But yeah, we finally get an Ultraman fight, which is only like 3 pages long. So in like a 21-page issue, we only get 3 pages of actual Ultraman doing Ultraman stuff. And this is also the very first time we've had Ultraman doing Ultraman stuff, and we're issue 3. So basically 3 pages, and it took us 3 issues to get there. So that's an average of Ultraman doing Ultraman things. That's 1 page per issue, pretty much on average. Which I don't know about you, but that's I don't really like that. Like I'm reading Ultraman because I want to see Ultraman. I want to see him fighting kaijus and stuff like that. And it took us 3 issues for us to get that far. It's only about 3 pages long, and it's a human-sized Ultraman fighting a smaller than a house-sized kaiju. So is that even a kaiju anymore? And kaiju is supposed to be like, the size of skyscrapers. Right now, it's just basically a regular alien. So, yeah, I will say that I don't want to say I'm maybe disappointed. Yeah, I'll say maybe disappointed is a strong word, but no, I guess I'll say I am kind of disappointed with the series so far. First issue was kind of lame, kind of dragged on, and I thought was pretty bad. Like I would give it like a C. Second issue was great. Second issue, I'd give it like a B+. This issue, I'll say falls back again. I'll say maybe not as bad. I'll say maybe like a B-, C+. I still think the first 2 issues could have been combined into one great issue, and then this issue right here could have been issue number 2. Basically, issue number 1 should have been a little bit of a backstory, of Hayata and what he wants, his goals and stuff, and then him coming across Ultraman and merging. Issue number 2 should have been where he uses the Ultraman powers for the first time. Ultraman 3 should have been like the fallout from that, and whatever mystery is going on between the United Science Patrol and are they good or are they bad? What's up with Dr. Yamamoto and stuff like that? Because there's a little bit more, but I'm not going to spoil that for this issue. But so far, maybe my expectations were too high because I'm a huge Ultraman fan, but or at least I'm a huge fan of Ultraman and Ultraman Towards the Future, even though I know that's like the worst Ultraman in the series. It's just there's like a nostalgic thing for me because that's what got me hooked into like the whole Sentai characters, like Power Rangers, Big Bad Beetleborgs, Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, VR Troopers, Metal Heroes. All that stuff came from me watching Ultraman Towards the Future as a kid. So I love Ultraman. I really do need to go back and watch all the other series. But yeah, just maybe because I'm my expectations are high. Maybe I want more. Maybe I hyped it up in my head. But it's just this series is just not living up to what I was hoping it would be. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Overall, I would give it like a C so far. And I'm not really too big a fan of Hayata. Like I feel like I don't know. Like he's just I expected more out of his character. I'm not a fan of the fact that you're making it seem like the United Science Patrol are evil. Like there's a lot of hints that it is. It could just be like, oh, we're planting those seeds, but then we're gonna subvert your expectations, and they were the good guys all along. We were just fooling you. But there seems to be like a whole like government conspiracy mystery, hiding things from the public, and there's nefarious things going on behind the scenes. Like there's a lot of just that cliche stuff being thrown in here. I'm also really just disappointed in the fact that it took us 3 issues to get Ultraman fighting an actual kaiju, and it was really, really short. Again, it was like 3 pages. And again, maybe that's because I just read a ton of manga, and in manga, like you get a lot of fight scenes that drag on for like 2, 3, 4, 5 chapters. And I know you can't have like 2 comic book issues of nothing but fight scenes. Like it doesn't work that way. But I was expecting more. I don't know, 3 pages worth of Ultraman fighting scenes, and it took us 3 issues to get there. That'd be like having 3 pages of Batman doing Batman things spread out in 3 issues. So you only have like one page per issue of Batman doing Batman things, and the rest is like, Bruce Wayne just going around doing whatever he does. Maybe it's just me nitpicking. Maybe this is just my own opinion. I don't know. Maybe you guys have something different and you guys like it. And if so, like that's great. I'm happy. Like I wish I could enjoy this more, but I just can't. Like again, I'm hoping for more. I am gonna finish off the series just because again I'm a huge Ultraman fan, and it is a mini series, and I'm already 3 issues in. I can do 2 more issues, but the next 2 issues have to really, really pick it up for me. Otherwise, I feel like this is just like a big missed opportunity. It's just again, I hope there's more. Give me more Ultraman doing Ultraman things. Give me less of this whole like government conspiracy, nefarious, secret X-Files, stuff. I don't really care about any of that. Yeah, other than that, artwork's pretty good for the most part. I mean, I don't really have any complaints about the artwork. A lot better than some of the other stuff coming out nowadays. And it doesn't really feel like they got cut corners or anything like that. So artwork is fine. The writing itself is okay. It, again, kind of cliche. Again, with the whole, like, this group that's supposed to protect Earth, government controlled, might actually be nefarious and doing, secret projects that, behind the scenes that only the higher ups know about, and it's dangerous for mankind. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that the United Science Patrol is actually working with the Kaijus or some kind of evil organization. Again, this is just me speculating, but the way this is going, I wouldn't be surprised. And if so, I'd be like, I'd be really disappointed if that's what ends up happening. But yeah, again, a C. This is a C series. Not terrible, but not great. Just If you're a fan of Ultraman, then maybe you'll like it. If you're not, I really don't see any reason to pick it up. There's really nothing like here for non-Ultraman fans. Like if you're a fan of Ultraman, or if you want to get into Ultraman, read the Ultraman manga. That is a lot better. Hell, the old school Ultraman comics from like the 90s and stuff is better than this, I would say. But definitely read the Ultraman manga. That's a lot better than this series. Again, we still got 2 more issues to go, so things can turn around. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry for not having a video last week. I've just been really, really busy, and I'm still really, really busy. I'm just I have a little bit of time, so I'm doing this quick recording. Hopefully the video turns out okay. My throat's kind of shot right now too. I think I might be coming down with something. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys enjoy the series so far? Have you guys just been kind of on the fence about it like me? Like, do you like it? Do you hate it? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Is there any comic books out there that you guys recommend? Because right now, like, I'm kind of just slowly drifting away from comics again. I'm still reading a lot of manga whenever I get the chance, but comic books, not so much. Pretty much the only thing I'm really reading nowadays is the Last Ronin, which only has one issue so far, and pretty much this. I have been keeping Justice League Dark. I've been collecting those issues, but I'm really behind on those. But yeah, just everything that I hear about, like the new stuff coming out, just nothing seems interesting to me. But if you guys have any comic books out there that you guys really recommend, please let me know, and I'll check them out. Or if you guys have any manga that you guys recommend, let me know. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit that bell for a notification, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlists that you guys see, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.